Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Eliali in this incarnation, and very early, this June 25th, we have the moon moving out from Gemini and entering in Cancer to open the doors to this path that we are going to transit until January of 2026. The moon it's in its house, in its domicile, and with this presence, this Jupiterian presence that accompanies this lunation, these doors are for leaving behind whatever thing can occupy a real or symbolic space in our life, and this is about things that are not aligned with the potentials that we truly want to create, to make a space for opportunities, gifts from life, and a growth that it is truly positive. And well, beyond the squares with Saturn and Neptune that I've been commenting a lot, the sextiles with Mars and Virgo are aspects very, very nice to give, direction. It is not this word that I want to use, but I'm not getting the word right now in English. Yes, a direction, a guide to these processes, because from a metaphysical plane, everything is born from the infinite, from the unity, and everything returns to that. So in this terrestrial plane, we are in the process of return, of revelation, of illumination. I mean, the earth and everything that inhabits it. But it is part of the universal creation, the fragmentation. This means to feel individuals separated from each other, uh, realizing that a pencil, it is not scissors. So everything, the matter and everything that exists actually shares in essence the same substance. So the conflict emerges when the individuals believe to be separated from everything, and in that in that isolation, in that loneliness that the mind generates when it is disconnected from the universal consciousness, we could also be like pushing away the sense of our own experience, and that is an imbalance, sorry, but it is another imbalance to not develop the capacity to separate, to give an order, to comprehend our reality, and to be able to act at the service of unity. This is pretty important because clearly we can generate divisions and fragmentations that are being born from the conditioned mind, that are being born from our identity as fragments of the cosmos that are not recognizing the union that we have to everything. I'm going to give examples, so I am not speaking such an abstract way. So let's go to the most simple level, because we could apply this to many levels. If I don't have the capacity to separate what is garbage from food, if our mind didn't have that capacity in its extractor, we would consume something that is going to cause a damage to our body. Beyond that, the food industry, it is full of these components that are not good for our physical body. That's why it is important to put attention to what we are consuming. But this capacity of discernment between what is functional for our body and what is not contributes to what the soul can continue its evolutionary process. Then we have the divisions in our world that were part and still are, of the path of humanity, but they are operating in at the service of self-destruction, ideological, dogmatic divisions that are creating conflict without more purpose than imposing visions from the ego, basically. So I have this bag from yesterday, I think. Okay, returning to Mars in Virgo, this energy leads us to take action. It is an opportunity. We are choosing if we take it or not. comprehending the necessary fragmentation that we have to do with people, circumstances, habits that are not operating in first place in function of the inner unity, and later of the therefore the collective one. And this is something really, really good, because when there is so much Cancerian energy, I mean, every new moon means that the sun and the moon are uniting in the same mathematical degree. Then we have Jupiter and Mercury in Cancer. Mercury is about to move to Leo. So the emotional charge, the emotional burden that we could assign to certain spaces or even dynamics that we sustain with the environment, because of this willing of feeling protected, loved, and cared, that is Cancer, and that is a biological need, truly. But when that is emerging from aspects that are very, very conditioned, from patterns that are coming from wanting to feel loved, at the paying the price of putting aside our essence, paying the price of repressing or deviating impulses that are coming from the soul, because our energy always circulates to some place. And if that place, it is not a space of growth, it is going to be manifested or directed in a way that is not going to be constructive. For example, if I have a project, I feel a project that I want to generate a certain project, and I am not doing anything with that energy, I get caught overthinking the whole day. Of course, those thoughts are going to turn into negative ones. So they can produce discomfort, because that is precisely a way, where a way how we can connect with the need of aligning ourselves in coherence in mind and in actions to that of what the soul requires right now. So what I was saying with the Cancerian energy in its shadow, it is that this could involve like staying in places where our conditionings are making us believe that we are going to find security or belonging, but paying this price of not feeling good, sabotaging our own growth, blocking the possibility of developing our potentials, and blocking the blessings that could, reach to us. And that belonging could be, for example, with these squares between Saturn and with Saturn and Neptune, not sustaining healthy boundaries, because being appreciated, in order for being appreciated, I have to always be available for everyone, because that it is what was incorporated in a primary way. So to open these doors, there could be decisions that are uncomfortable, actually, but they are creating the order and the necessary discernment that are giving form to experiences that we truly want to experiment from the bottom of our hearts. And in the long term, we are talking here with the presence of Saturn and also Mars in Virgo. It is, very related with this, to sustain with consistency or constancy that energy, that those things that we know that we have to sustain to bear the fruits. So thank you, everyone. See you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.